everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone's having a good new year. We're already, 4 days into it now. And we are in week 5 of voyage 16. And for this week, we have 5 whales joining us on our venture. And this started off as a dollar amount of $3,640. And it's a Discover One balance transfer that is due by February 13th. So we'll start off by showing that we had a payroll on January 2nd, and that was for $1,136.96. We did apply $136.96 to the savings account, and then the remaining $1,000 went to the savings payback. Then for an update on savings, last time we had taken out $834.17 for the bills, and then it turned out they were a little bit more, so we actually needed $837.65. So that's just a tiny little correction. And then there was a nickel of dividends, so I went ahead and I put this on this sheet just to kind of get the loose ends wrapped up, and we ended $982.83 is our savings balance. And then we show that again where on our previous sheet we had $820.43, and then we had December 26th after bills we had $162.35 left plus that dividend. Once again we got that same total of $982.83. And then January 2nd the payroll for $136.96 went into savings, giving us a balance of $1,119.79. We then applied that to the savings payback. So the December 26 bills of $837.65 got paid back. So nothing is owed to savings for those bills. We did apply $100 to the loan line of credit we took out. So now we owe savings $200 on that now. The mortgage, we still had a remaining balance of $612 due to savings. We did apply $50 for that, so now we're at $562. We had Old American Express that was at $320.74 last week, and now it's at we applied $1235, so now it is $308.39. So we did owe savings $2,070.39. We paid back $1,000, and that leaves we still owe savings $1,070.39. And then on that premise, we had, on the previous sheet, we had ended savings at $1,119.79. We added $1,000 to the savings payback, giving it $2,119.79. Then we turned around and did our debt payments out of savings again. And this is kind of a big week. We want to make sure we never go over $1,000 each week. So we're at $988.66 that got taken out. I can't tell if you can see that really well or not. I'll go ahead and write over that again. $988.66. And that came from, we once again did a mortgage payment for $781.66. We did a internet payment to American Express for $82. $100 came out in cash, and we were able to do $25 to Discover One. And then we end savings at $1,131.13. And then this just shows our emergency fund checking where we put the $1,000 in there. We have allocated $988.66 to bills, so we anticipate putting $1134 back into savings. And then with our voyage 16 on week 5, we did get $25 paid off this week, and that means we still owe $3,140 for that journey. And this shows we still have 4 weeks left of it, but we still have an additional 2 weeks if we absolutely needed that. and that's to keep it from getting to 16.74. And once again, that started off at 3,640, and now we're down to 3,140. And this just shows how we anticipate getting that rest of that done. So we only were able to do, I shouldn't say only, we were able to do 25, which it's still good because it's still progress. And for January 2nd, so we're at 3,140. And I did go ahead and do January 9th through February 13th. If we're able to do $524 a week, we should be able to conquer that. So we will see how that works out. Then we have with the captain's log, we had started off this journey as we paid off $74,294.25, and then this week we had another 25, so we have now paid off $74,794.25 of debt. And we had our previous where we had the 0 through 25K was voyages 1 through 8A for 25,000 had gotten paid off. And then we had the 25K to 50K goal, and that got paid off by June 13th of 2025. And then this one had gotten us from voyage 12 to voyage 15. And then since November 28th of 2025, we've been able to slowly get a little bit more paid back. So this shows us that week 5, and it looks like slow progress right now, but I'm looking at the calendar for next week, and when I look at that, I see a lot of our bills are already being paid off. So this one I had like all the lines and loans were paid off, or paid, the payments were made. We already have the mortgage paid. We have the internet paid. The car insurance is paid. We do have student loans that are coming out next week. And Discover One has already been paid. We have Citibank cycling out the next week. We'll probably make payments towards them that week. Then the following week will be Discover Two. And then the last week will be Visa and then overdraft. So this kind of shows how our month is going out. And plus we still need to put in where the electric bill is going to fall, the gas bill, and I don't think there's that much else remaining. So we pretty much have most of the bills paid off for the month already. And then with January having 5 Fridays, I anticipate next week we're going to pick up some steam on the voyage, at least for these 3 weeks. So we will definitely see how that works out. I think we should do okay. We have in the past where we've always seemed to make our goals. So we'll look at the credit available. These are the 2 lines that we plan on getting paid off and not using anymore. One being the Visa, the other being Discover One. And those 2 lines combined come to $32,000. We still owe $9,789 on Visa, and that should be updated next week. And then this is the update on the Discover One of $3,140. So currently Visa has 211 available, where Discover has 18,860. So if we had an absolute emergency, we do have 19,071 available. But once again, we don't plan on using that because we just want to get these lines paid off and no longer worry about them. And so far, for January 2026 monthly bills, we did do internet for $82 on the American Express. We did do $25 to Discover One using the line of credit. The mortgage for $781.66 came from savings. Actually, I think Probably more accurate to just put savings on this one also. And then car insurance for $155.33 came out, and that also cycled through the savings. And I do have a starting of January loans. I did just make the mortgage payment yesterday. It has not updated yet. I will get that probably for the next one. And I do not have the update on loan 1 on here yet, or the other lines. And then the student loans will come out on the 7th. So I will get that updated probably tomorrow. I'm gonna have a lot more time. I end up having a busier week this week than I expected. So I'll have time to do that tomorrow. So I'll get that done. And also I will still work on that comparison from the starting of when the voyage started to, I think I'll just go ahead and do it through December of 2025, how much has gotten paid off on each item. And then starting off January is gonna be a whole fresh new start on that. So if you made it this far into the video, the code word is shooting star. Please like and subscribe to follow my debt journey. Let me know if you have any questions or comments below, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.